day 12, and it's our last day of this 12 days of Christmas. And it feels like ages ago when it was Christmas.
It
So
does.
it does, doesn't it, Nico? It really does. January the 5th. And little message here. Happy birthday to Nico's mum.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mom. Thanks, Paul.
You're welcome, Nico. You're welcome. So, Nico, what do you have for us today?
Well, today, Paul, we are going to wrap our 12 days of Christmas. We're going to wrap our 12 core principles for building a sustainable business and life. We've built them around some of our favorite books because we do believe that not only do books inform and influence our lives, but they allow us to imitate great art by great artists like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and Carol Dweck and so many others that we have brought to the attention of our friends. I want to point today to the power of psychology. If you're building a business, you have to understand that you have the ability to influence people's lives. Every day, they're not called influencers by chance, Every day we have a chance, Paul, when we post on LinkedIn, when we create a sales proposal to move life forward with another human being, often many other human beings who are watching on social channels or watching their email, waiting for us to communicate. The ability to influence those folks' decisions is probably the core skill that you need to learn if you haven't. For example, Paul, have you heard of the law of reciprocity?
I haven't. No.
Okay, the law of reciprocity suggests that if I give you something, no matter how small, you all of a sudden feel obligated to want to give back. You feel a debt of gratitude in some small way. So, for example, have you ever received a mailer that had a coin, ever so small, a penny? What do you call them in the UK?
A penny.
A penny. Imagine that. A penny. When you get that penny, now all of a sudden you've been gifted something. Of course, they're
Mhm.
making an ask. And the law of reciprocity suggests that you will comply in some way. Not everyone, of course, but many. A book that I recommend to everyone is a book called Influence by Dr. Robert Cialdini. This, for me, is a cornerstone book for anyone who really wants to understand how to build influence, how to leverage psychology and reach an audience. Not just reach an audience, Paul, but compel them to come along to your way of thinking. You see, humans have an overpowering need to return favors. That's why the law of reciprocity works. Our brain loves shortcuts, and unfortunately, they can be used to manipulate us. There are so many different ways that Cialdini breaks down the psychological tests that they've done to show how humans can be compelled, convinced to take the next step. And candidly, we're all in business to ask someone to take the next step. Paul makes a living helping folks take proper steps in energy management for their business. I make a living helping folks tell their story one small nugget at a time, paint the picture that really captures their brand. But the ability to compel others to pay attention, that is priceless.
Nico, that was something. When you asked me that question, I wasn't too sure where you was going with it, but it then very quickly resonated with giver's gain. I give
Yeah.
you something, you give me something back in return. So,
Yeah.
and that's a BNI approach to business and
Yeah.
networking and working with people. And that's what we're doing
True.
today. We're collaborating. We've done this over the last couple of days where we put this together. We collaborated. You've been giving my books, I've been giving you your books, and we've been working together regarding that side of it. And we've learned about how we can bring those stories together. And now we're going to give those to the world.
It's exactly. It doesn't stop here in the same way that your journey and your personal development doesn't stop. If you'd like to join us on our journey of personal development, we would encourage you to go check out Paul and Nico's bookclub.com. We've shared all 12 of our favorite books that serve as the foundational principles, the underlying anecdotes to inform how you could build a business and a life built on sustainable principles that will endure, that are evergreen. And we hope that you will join in our giveaway. There's only a little bit more time left before we actually do the giveaway. Make sure your name is in the hat, so to speak, and we will ship those books, all 12 of them, to the lucky winner anywhere in the world, including Antarctica. Is anyone in Antarctica? Scientists. If you're a scientist in Antarctica, Paul, we'll ship it to them.
I'm sure there's people there, but they're probably very cold at the moment.
Yep, but they're paying attention because we have learned how through the power of influence.
I'm sure they are.
Paul, this has been fun. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Thanks for inviting me into your into the Paul Webb Funhouse. I have really truly enjoyed it.
It's been an amazing exercise process. I'm totally, as I'm sure the audience can see, I'm totally out of my comfort zone, but in the Nico world.
I hope that we get to bring these folks into our world even deeper as they learn more, as we learn more about Paul and Nico's bookclub.com.